How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And to let you guys know, yes, the private group is here. Whether you're an investor or you're a trader and you're looking to make money in the stock market, then this group is for you. If you want to join, the link is inside the description. We'll be happy to have you a part of the family. So today we're going to be talking about CCIV. Many have been saying, Dre, it's been a minute since you did an update, so you know what? Here's a video for you. So before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is an update. What is going on with CCIV as of late, why it's been running up, and all of that. Then next, we're going to be taking a look, doing the technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. Yes, there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of hills and valleys going on, and I want to make sure you guys are prepared and you know the positions you need to look at if you want to get into this stock. Then next, we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. When we were covering CCIV, we talked about, hey, this stock has a lot of short squeeze potential in it. There's a lot of short interest. So now we're going to be getting an update and taking a look at it again. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's jump into it. So now let's take a look at what's going on with CCIV. I took a little bit of a snippet from an article talking about some more things, but one thing that we got confirmation about was a merger vote coming up on July the 22nd. So of course, investors are excited about it, and it's part of the reasons why we're seeing a lot of strength in the price and the run-up. But let's read a bit further about some more info. So now what? Along with anticipation of the merger vote, Lucid gave investors more to like yesterday when it released further details of the opening of its new Lucid studio in Manhattan. The studio in the Meatpacking District is the first location in the northeastern US and Lucid's 8th studio opening in the past year. The Manhattan location officially opens its doors late last week. Lucid plans to open another 11 studios throughout North America by the end of 2021. That coincides with the start of the production of the company's luxury Air Dream Edition sedan, which expects to begin producing and delivering to customers later in 2021. The company has been seeing growth demand and reservations, which has helped drive shares higher recently. Today's drop in share price seems to be a bit of a breather after the double-digit run over the past week. So this is definitely something that I agree with. Yes, we've seen a lot of strength, a big-time move to the upside for CCIV, and this is just a healthy pullback. Can it pull back further? Most definitely. Do keep in mind, this is still a SPAC at the end of the day. Yes, they're going to be merging soon, but I want you to understand here, it's going to come with a lot of volatility and it's going to be coming with a lot of ups and downs. So this is part of the reasons why I got this question in my private group. What do you think about CCIV? I'm looking to buy in right now. I'm saying exercise some patience. Wait for that vote to come. I'm pretty sure the vote is going to be yes in regards to getting the merger done with CCIV and Lucid Motors. But then when the ticker symbol actually changes, there's even more volatility that you got to look out for. So I feel being patient and going in with a long position is the best strategy. Or you could also use dollar cost averaging and get in with the entry position. And then when it does pull back, make sure you have the opportunity to take advantage of this. So now let's get into the technical analysis. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for CCIV. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $27.02, being down 2.53% on the day. On the low, it tested $26.68, then on the high, testing $28.19. So the chart we're using is the 1-year daily chart, and we want to see how it lines up with our indicators. As we take a look at the RSI down below, you can see it's right around 60.40 points. So what does this mean? Yes, it is in the overbought territory, but do keep in mind it's having a healthy pullback from a run-up that you could see where it was even high on the RSI being right around 70. When we take a look at how it lines up with our indicators on the chart here, we are above the 21-day and as well as the 100-day. So taking all of this into consideration, we can see we're having a pullback here. We had a very similar movement like this in the past, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see if it decides to pull back to $26. It pulled down to 26.68. But as far as Tuesday is concerned, like I said, I would not be shocked if it goes to 26. If this area does ever end up breaking, then I'll be looking forward to see how much strength it would have right off the 100-day at 25.28. Now, when we take a look at areas of resistance here, when it did have that strong run up that it was on, we could see we had some resistance here right at $29.80. One thing to do, keep in mind, if we're able to revisit this particular area, one thing that we could see clearly, $30 is a psychological level. If CCIV is able to get past this $30 level, then automatically I'm looking for a strong move going all the way to 31. And if it could pass 31, then look at this right here. If we pass $32.91, a lot of upside opportunity here, getting close to 35 bucks. Is this going to be happening? Hey, I am not too sure. The merger is going to be coming up near the end of the month, and I won't be surprised if we get another run up. But for the most part, I could see it pulling back even further going into next week, but it doesn't cancel the fact that, hey, another run-up can occur, especially if it's able to respect the areas of support right around this 26.60 level. So we're going to take a look at the short interest for CCIV. Let's see what it looks like. So the short volume is at 1.7 million, and this was updated on July the 2nd market close, which was Friday. So as we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 450,000, updated just now, and the short borrow free rate is at 6.65%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, you can see that 1.7 million we mentioned earlier turns out to be 44.31% in regards to the short volume. So there's definitely a lot of short squeeze potential here in CCIV. Taking into consideration this is the second, even if we go far back as far as where we see the 21st, it's as high as it's ever been. So taking this into consideration, just know there's going to be a lot of volatility in this play. And as far as for the overall market sentiment, it is fairly negative for CCIV because there's a lot of short sellers who are vested in saying, well, you know what, the price needs to come down. So for my final thoughts for CCIV, I definitely believe we need to have a wait and see approach because there's going to be a lot of volatility ahead. When we took a look at the short interest information, we see the short volume ratio was at 44%. This definitely does set up the perfect environment for a short squeeze. Can we look forward to seeing this going into next week? Yes, most definitely, but do keep in mind this comes with even more volatility. If the price decides to pull back even further, then I won't be shocked if we end up getting to more attractive levels, and what I'm talking about is in that $24 to $23 range, and this is where I would think about getting into an entry position. It all depends on how it gets there. If it's getting there very quickly, then of course I'm going to continue to be patient, but this is one thing I want you guys to understand. But if it decides to say, well, you know what, it's going to go on a bullish move, then I'm looking to go to $30. If it can get to $30 with a lot of buying volume and a lot of strength, then easily can get to the $31 level. So anyone that's looking for a short-term trade, there's definitely looking to be some opportunities here. But at the same time, I want you to understand there are risks involved. But for anyone that wants to go long and hold CCIV, I believe you need to demonstrate some patience, or you could use a dollar cost averaging approach. Just don't go in with one whole lump sum. I get honestly, I feel really bad when I hear these stories saying, well, you know, I bought this stock, I put 30 grand right in on the first go. And I'm like, wait a sec. So do you have more money to take advantage of the pullback, get your cost average down? And they'd be like, nah, man, I spent all of it. So you need to make sure before you buy any stock, you have a game plan. You have your entry plan, and then you also have your exit strategy. And that's something that I really want to emphasize here. As far as for CCIV, do I believe in the long-term potential? Of course I do. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be talking about it so many times on this channel like I've done inside the past. But I do believe as far as Lucid Motors is concerned, they have a lot to prove. Yes, they have a lot of reservations. We see that they're opening up stores, which is great, but at the same time, they need to sell some vehicles, get it into the hands of the people, and we want to know what their experiences are going to be, all right? I feel this is very, very key here, especially if you're invested in Lucid, but one thing we do know for sure, yo, their vehicles are looking real nice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.